Hello! It is me, Argonbolt. How it is hanging? This is a channel update video. Hooray! And also 3 other big things. First off, as is in the title, over 3,000 subs. To both those returning folks and new ones, a big thank you. It has been a long road here for sure. As I am making this video, we are steadily approaching 3.5 to be more scientifically accurate. Quite wonderfully as well, the Big O's video has done over 20k views in just a few weeks, which for me is also pretty fantastic. To celebrate this tripartite number, I'm doing a big Ask Anything video after this. So, if you have any crazy suggestions or just weird stuff you wanted to ask, leave a comment. No question is too weird, no question is too wide. I'll try to answer as many as possible. These can be mecha related, how to draw mecha related, science fiction related, architecture related, this channel related, or whatever. Just be aware I probably can't answer literally everything, so I apologize in advance if I don't get to yours in particular. So, look forward to that by the end of this month. With that said, we can now move on to the greatest crisis in human history. As you returning and new subs may be aware, you hopefully have a bit of a taste of what I hope to do with videos into the future. For Gundam, an in-depth and, well, documentary level of effort on each series in this staggeringly massive franchise. But beyond that as well, as with the Big O's video, also with doing one-off, in-depth videos on some of yours and my favorite series. As that video should also well show, I don't just want to go over the kind of basic stuff anymore. The stuff that you've probably heard before, the standard summaries, or, any of that stuff which a lot of lower quality vids out there do. I want to dig deep into these shows, show what inspired them, the artists who made them, and in the process show just how amazingly rich the world and the art that comes from that world can be. Do you wish there was something of this caliber on Ideon? How about Eureka 7? What about niche weird stuff like, Neo-Ranga or Gasaraki? What about the Macross series or Patlever? I have, to put it very mildly, loads and loads of stuff to say about all of these. Even beyond Mecha, there's tons of other shows I would love to dig deep into. Stuff that I feel I have something important to say or even just, notionally entertaining. The main list I'm currently looking at right now includes no less than probably 30 big video projects. Quite literally, years of great content I want to bring to you. But here is the problem. I really cannot sustain or continue this as it is now. What? No! Are you quitting YouTube? Are you another one of those YouTube quitters? Those YouTubers? I hope not. But to put this in perspective, over the past 2 years alone, I pumped out a visual novel and 11 hours of documentary quality stuff. That's just within the Big O, that 1VN, and the core of Gundam. And to be frank, it isn't really financially viable as it is right now. For all of that, less than, this is going to blow you away, less than 20 people donate to me on Patreon. I really don't want to sound ungrateful, because I really am not. I'm still kind of astounded and very happy that people love my work enough to donate what they do, especially you patrons who have been doing so for years now. I really can't thank you enough, and I hope you understand that I mean that very genuinely. But, to be completely frank, it just doesn't work out enough as is. The kind of content that I make, these very long documentary videos, these take time, and actually quite a bit of time. And rather regrettably, to make things during that time, I need to be alive. This involves air, okay, well that's free, that's good, but more so, food, shelter, internet service, so on and so on. Even the Big O's video, which I very proudly can say I finished in lightning speed, still needed around 6 to 8 weeks of concerted effort to go from nothing to a script all the way down to the 120-minute runtime it currently sits at. So hopefully, you kind of get the idea. 6 to 8 weeks of food, 6 to 8 weeks of shelter. That's not no time at all. And even if this is a hobby that I enjoy quite a bit, it's taken up more than a hobby's worth of time to really get these things done in the way that I hope to. Now, I will also be even more blunt and say that a lot of these recent projects were basically bankrolled by one guy in particular. It's thanks to him and his generosity that I've been able to make these videos. Literally, one guy you've never met was nice enough to make a lot of this possible. And this really kind of leads me to the second thing. As it is, the massive amount of time needed to do video editing isn't really sustainable as just a slightly monetarily backed hobby. So here, in blunt terms, is what I'm asking. If I could even just humbly double the amount of patrons to around, I don't know, maybe 40 people, that would be amazing. That would easily cover at least my monthly grocery costs. Now I know the world is brutal. I know it feels often in this increasingly rough world like all of us are, kind of like if you're not in the top 10% of wealth, then we're all just down here at the bottom pushing rocks and sticks around in a circle. But to really put that in perspective, I think I should show you what it really means. Not just, back to me, but in general. If I could hit somewhere around 40 odd patrons, 40 odd $3 to $5 a month people, those 40 special folks would be keeping my video making going for free for everyone else. To be accurate, for what amounts to, and this is crazy, 1% of my audience backing me would mean literally 99% of people still get this content for free. Not even counting all the non-sub folks who come by just to watch stuff once in a while. Now I assume if you love these shows like I do, you want to celebrate and treasure them, and I do as well. The best way to do that is to keep their history, significance, and creators' stories alive. That's what I've always been trying to achieve with this channel. That's what I've been doing, have done, and would really, really like to keep doing into the future. But it goes even further. If you want to tell stories, as you may remember, or the new folks might not know, you also need time. Just a little while ago, I published my first visual novel. Oh, Argon, Nibios was a great atmospheric tribute to night vibes-based video games like Cosmology of Kyoto, but where were the robots? Yes, that's true, there were no robots. But this isn't a touchy-feely Earthbound Undertale-esque channel, so you might just ask, why Nibios? Why make that? Well, because it proved I could. The goal of the project was to see if it was possible, and it was, so yay. That's why I am also using this video to announce the next big thing. Project V. A science fiction epic I've wanted to make for years. It's Escaflowne meets Kagemusha with all the best TNG Klingon episodes. There's politics, there's mecha, there's linguistics, there's post-colonial insanity. But here's the thing. Once again, as I mentioned a little while ago, in order to make that, I need time. Or, to be more blunt, I need to be alive. So yes, I would love to get Project V done before 2024 is over. Many people on here really enjoyed the Revenge of Mecha series that I made a little while ago. Even beyond them, I've seen tons of people with their own aspirational dreams of making their own stories. Stories about mecha, or just art, and stuff in general. I would really like to show them that it's possible to get that stuff done. But, once again, I need to be alive to do that. Like in the case of making VNs, I feel pretty comfortable. I can do programming for them, I can do the art, I can do the writing, I can do the editing, I can basically handle this kind of project. I proved that it was possible. But, I need to be alive, and also, I can't do music. So I usually need to hire people to do that. So, as you can guess, as with both being alive and food, hiring people to do things like music also takes money. And this all kind of leads to the big third thing. In addition to increasing Patreon backers, I'm also looking for work in some kind of related field at the moment. Namely, video editing and production, plus minus motion graphics / animation stuff. I will be honest, it's pretty brutal out there. And as it is currently, my job prospects are kind of rough. Half the employment options just require you to go through years under the bus, basically. And for the rest, I'm basically just another dude with After Effects packed into a chaotic landscape of many, many, many other folks also with After Effects. Oh, and AI is of course taking one big huge turd on top of all of that. So, in addition to, and besides, more Patreon backers, if you, out there, I'm pointing at you, yes, you watching the video right now, happen to know someone looking for editors, video editors, or people who just do video production, give me a call, by which I mean message. Let's Play channels that just need some stuff to get their footage together or whatever. gameplay sizzle reels, whatever, some motion graphic stuff, anything like that, leave a comment, message me on Twitter, or email me here at dbzfpg@gmail.com. If relatively soon I can lock down both a Patreon increase and a steady contract work, then I promise I can keep delivering at least 4 to 5 big creative things a year. In-depth videos on classic series and new and amazing creative works. If not, I may need to scale things back production-wise. Less money for me is less art for you. And I know, it's tough, and I don't want to sound ungrateful. I really do hate that constant drive to, yell at people to subscribe, or hey, give me money, guys. I know it's tough out there. I'm very sympathetic. Trust me, I'm one of you. But I would say also that art is one of the few things in this world that we can both actively support and enjoy. It makes life worth living in bringing new wonders and in celebrating beloved classic works as well. Hell, even the works that I hate, I want to do justice, as Double Zeta's video should show. If I'm gonna do something on Seed, even if I'm tearing it apart, I'm gonna give it the works. I'm not gonna try to be lazy at all. So that pretty much sums it all up. Listen, I know it's an annoying grind, and I hate, throwing that stuff into the middle of videos because I think it breaks the flow. But believe me when I say, I just want to keep doing the things that I love. If you help me to do that, it would mean a lot. And I know it's a lot of the stuff you folks love as well. Oh, also, if it hits 40 patrons, rapscallions will be deployed. This is an open threat. I'm not joking. This is deadly serious.